Okay, so today I want to dive into the subject of sales pages because, oh my God, do they need to be so long? I mean, I know I'm just jumping straight in here, but it's cold outside and I don't really wish to film inside because it's somebody's home that they've welcomed me into and there are family photos around and it's cold out here. So, and as you can probably hear, well, I don't know if you can or not, but it's really chucking it down with rain. I might as well be back in England. Um, but yeah, I wanted to touch onto the subject of sales pages. Now, I don't do really long sales pages because I'm kind of at that place where when we're looking for something, we either know we want to buy it or we don't. You know, do we really need like pages and pages and pages, like scrolling for a sales page? Do we really need to be that convinced by somebody to buy the product? And I get it. People that have got these really long sales pages do really well. Some of them have, you know, six-figure launches. One woman I know of, I was sent her sales page today. Um, she did a seven-figure launch. So they must work. But I got bored of reading. I was like, look, just give me the details. Just give me what I'm going to learn and how much it is. And then I'll make a decision on that. Because if you've already discovered me, you've discovered me for a reason. So, for example, with my 7-week author course, some people will go, oh my God, can't believe it's so much. And then other people that know me will go, oh my God, I can't believe you're only charging that amount, Dawn. And this is the thing, it's like the sales offers that we put out there. If you know that you want to learn from me because you know that what you're going to get is really amazing, fantastic, you'll buy from me. And yes, we're all about targeting all the people that we don't know. And the sales pages are there to convince the people who've never heard of us. But how did they come across us? And I've always been somebody who refers business to other people. And the people that I know tend to refer business to me. Those that don't refer people to my business and refer business to me, I do wonder whether they actually see me sometimes. But then, you know, they may not have people in their space that want to write a book or want to become a better leader or expand their business and, you know, make a difference in the world. Unlikely that we would actually be friends if they didn't want to make a difference in the world. And it's unlikely that we would be doing business together if they didn't want to make the world a better place. And I've always believed that we attract the right people in our life. And if we have to convince somebody with a really long sales page that we are worth investing in, are they really the right people that we want to be working with, even on our remote courses? If people need convincing that the price is right for them, I just don't, I've never purchased anything in that way. I'm like, okay, what do I want? Okay, I want to learn this. This is what I need. This is where I know my gaps are. And when I go and I look for something, first of all, I reach out to my network. Okay, I need to do this. Do you know anybody? And then I'll go and I'll have a look at what that person that I've been referred to has to offer. And I'll have a look on the internet. Okay, I need to learn how to, I don't know, I needed a really good email sequence writer, let's say, because we're talking about sales pages. Who do I know in my space that writes really great content and makes me laugh, that is similar to what I write? Okay, do I have a really good relationship with that person, or can I have a lot of fun working with that person? Okay, what's their track record? Is the price right for me? Yes or no? I don't need to sit there and waste, like I was reading, I read a lot and I write quite long posts compared to a lot of people. But even I got bored with this sales page today. I was just like, oh my God, like I've been reading for at least 5 minutes and I still haven't found out what is available to me. Is this just a blog post, or is this actually is this something for me to buy? I got so bored. It wasn't engaging. And I was like, okay, this is obviously not the right course for me. If I want to learn how to do sales, then one, I'll hire a sales coach, and I'll hire a sales coach that somebody has recommended to me, or I'll go directly to Grant Cardone. You know, he might be a bit bro marketing and a bit masculine, shall we say, but his books make sense. I can invest $7 in a book and I can read it. One of the greatest sales books of all time was a book by Jack Collis, who wrote the Great Sales Book. Okay, it's a bit outdated now because, I mean, he wrote it, 25 years ago. And he was just amazing. Like I say, he's a bit outdated because he's talking about, a lot of old techniques that were around when I first started in business. But I just don't get them. Again, it's like if you jump on a call with somebody and they've got so many questions, and they need convincing, these are going to be some of the worst people to work with. They are going to be so much hassle. They're going to be more hassle than they're worth. I've always believed that, and it's paid me well so far. Okay, so there are lots of people, like I said, this woman whose sales page I got sent to today, who's made a 7-figure launch. I'm really great, but I know I'm not for everybody. Her product that she's selling is something that's very generic. But working in the realms of human rights, social justice and cultural diversity and publishing books, and not just a business book that tells you how, like the top 10 tricks to what have you, but real stories, real powerful stories. I'm not even one of those authors that do an anthology for 16, 18, 20 people. And what I find also really interesting is a lot of the sales techniques out there that's going on at the moment, really underhand, snidey comments. There where people start showing up on your feed, engage with you because they want you to buy from them, or they'll comment on something because they want you to buy from them, and they'll respond to you. Now, I had a conversation with someone a few years ago, and it was when I first launched my 7-week author course, the first round of it. One of the things I've realized over the years is when I write something, it will resonate with the right people. We jump on a call and they will either buy from me there and then, or they'll never buy from me. First post I wrote for that, I ended up with a 5-figure client. First phone call, first time this woman's ever heard of me. She saw my post. She jumped on a call with me. The deal was done. Her book was published. And a bloody great adventure for both of us, and now we're dear friends. And that's kind of how it's always worked for me all the way through my sales career for the last 23 years. And I remember being on this call with this one particular woman, and she was asking me so many questions about my 7-week author course. And she goes, oh, I think I'm going to have to go away and think about it. The next thing I know, this woman is now then went on to set up a publishing company, and all of her content was pretty much cut and paste my content. I find that really tacky. Lo and behold, we're not in contact with each other, and I don't like that. If you really want to take my content because you can't come up with it yourself, that's, I'm flattered that my content is the stuff you want to copy. And that's just a bit of bad karma, really, to steal somebody else's content. And but then, is it my content? Is it my content? They were my ideas, and these were ideas that I generated from somebody else's ideas who I'd learnt from, and lots of people that I'd learnt from. But I think this is the difference. Whenever we're learning something from someone else, it's about how we internalize it and then how we present it. So my 7-week author course, As a lot of my students that are doing it find out, it's not an easy course to do. There's a lot of content in there. It's not just I'm going to write a book and become an author. No, it's a business blueprint. It is transformational. And it's also about what kind of life you want as an author. What impact are you going to have? What awards are you going to have? What sales funnels are you? It's about being an author, a whole author, not just a part-time author or a one-off author or an author that just wants to collect the title of being an author, or someone that wants to just run an ebook and promote it for 24 hours. I've added an hour into the day there. 24 hours at 99 cents in the most obscure category there is. That's just not how I work. When I write a book and when I publish a book and I lead a team and I coach you, we're going to go deep and we're going to do it properly. For whatever it is that you are working towards. Every single one of my clients has done something very different because they're at a very different stage in their business career, or they're at the very different stage of what it is that they want to do. And so I could write really long sales pages, but it's like Jerry and I said. Jerry's my right-hand man. I've known him since I was 21, and I knew from just getting to know him that the moment it was time for him and I to work together, we would work together. So when my ex-husband and I got divorced and I set up my own business, I knew the only person I wanted to do my design and my website and set up all my emails and everything was Jerry. No doubt in my mind. I knew from the moment I met that guy that him and I would create magic together in the world. Same goes for Linda. The moment I met her, it was over email. I saw her she was recommended by a coach that I was working with, and here we are 7 years later still working together. And that's the thing, when you're somebody who has a very tacky sales message and you're just there to collect people, then the good people don't stay around for very long. Jerry's known me since I was 21. He's seen me grow up in life and in business. And so my business coach, Lara. I met Lara, 3-4 years ago. We were both on a TV show together, and we just hit it off. We just finished each other's sentences from day one. Laughing and giggling, she has skills and knowledge that I wanted to learn from. I wanted to learn from her, and no doubt the stuff she learns from me. It's just how things are. And my 7-week author course, it's available to everybody, but it's a very deep course, and writing a sales page that would do a course like that justice, that would be another book. And this thing I say to people, if you want to work with me, one of the best things for you to do is go read one of my books. Find out what kind of woman I am. One of my clients, Nate, he read my 3rd book, Crossing the Line. He was like, oh my God, your book has made me wonder what the fuck I've been doing in my life. I get shit done. And the amount of books that I've published, the amount of books that I've written, the amount of international bestsellers that I have, I don't need to put how many times I'm an international bestseller in my profile. I don't need to talk about, how... I don't even know. I see so many things that people try and convince people of. I'm just like, show up as yourself. The right people will be attracted to your course. They will not question it, because those people who get your message will get your message. When we create something and we create it with an intention, the right people show up. And the price is never an issue. It is someone else's understanding and self-belief of what it is we're putting out there. When you read the modules to my 7-week author course, you will either be inspired and attracted to it, or you won't. I'm not going to chase people. I'm going to be a lighthouse, to use a sailing analogy. I'm going to stand there and shine my light, and those that need to be guided by me will be guided by me. Everybody else, if they need convincing, go somewhere else where you need convincing, because I haven't got time to convince you. I really haven't. And if you want to waste time reading really long sales pages, you need convincing, then you're not my kind of person. You really are not. I don't need convincing to buy a book. I don't need convincing to do a course. I don't need convincing to go and watch a movie or go to a restaurant. I trust the people in my space will recommend me. I think I've just been bitten by a mosquito. I don't need convincing that mosquitoes are nasty little buggers. So yeah, I have. So I don't know about you. I don't know if you're somebody who writes really long sales pages. I don't know whether any of you agree with me or disagree with me. But Jerry and I find really long sales pages quite insulting, really. Because like I said, you either know or you don't. You either know that you want to buy from me or you don't. And if you don't know whether you need to buy from me, go to my website, dawnbates.com. There's enough information on there for you to know whether I'm the right kind of person for you. There are enough articles about me. There are enough articles that I've written. And if you're still not convinced about whether I'm the right kind of person or not, and you have read my books, which again you can get from dawnbates.com/readers, there's loads of books on there. And there will be a lot more in a short period of time. There's so much that you can learn about me, and you can figure out how I do things just by watching my journey. But if you want the real up close and personal stuff, then you're going to have to pay for it. If you want to learn from me from a distance, do my 7-week author course. Do my Phoenix Uprising lifestyle reboot, ladies. There are so many ways you can learn from me. And no, you're not going to pick my brains. Took a lot of time, money and effort and energy and investment to get the brains that I have got. Over 20 years and over $500,000, probably closer to $7.75 million. So, getting brains like I've got and understanding a business like I've got takes investment. And if I can invest in myself with the money stories I've had to get over, coming from where I have come from, then anyone can do it. That's my little rant for today. What do you think to sales pages? Do they need to be that long? Really? Seriously? Let me know. Ciao.